Right. Real Fonzie UF. Hold on. What? It's Connor Racing. Huh? This is confusing. Okay. Alright, everyone. Welcome to round 10 of Hyperdrive Racing League. It is Singapore today. Short qualifying. Medium race distance. Let's see, it'll be the first one out on the track. Might be a Red Bull, actually. The problem is I'm going to have to activate my map. And the first one out on track will be an Auto Williams. Right, okay. Real quick, I'm going to have to take the tyre wear off because it's not working. I've tried everything to fix it, it's not worked. So, do that. Save loadout. Oh, save loadout, I'm on Warzone. Bloody hell. And do that. Right, sorry about that. Right, so we have BC LOL, which is doing his outlap at the moment. Singapore is quite a dangerous track. It's known for crashing out a lot, so. Cam, cheers for following, I appreciate it. I don't know, Cam. I'm glad you sorted that out, though. Would have been severe problems. I would have stopped drinking Fanta and Tango. Oh, right. This is an issue because now my turning things aren't coming in. Sorry, everyone. It's literally last minute issues. I don't know why this is happening for. It's just what I have to do. I've tried everything to fix it. BC will start his lap using quite a lot of ERS on the first straight. Heads into the S section. Now it's working. Heading out to turn 4 into turn 5. Tough Tom will retire. Not too sure why that was. Actually, there was a crash, I think. That's why, yeah, yellow sector is crashed. I will fully back camp. Sorry. Purple sector 1, as he's the first one on the lap. Going to turn 8. Nice and easy through there. And this way he's going to deploy a lot more ERS on this straight. He needs to remember to save some for the last straight because that's when he's going to have to really get that time going. But in turn 11 into 12, he's going to save some ERS. And heavy on the brakes there. And turn 14 now is where it's most important because this is when he's going to have to use a lot of ERS to get a big advantage. And his ERS seems to be okay for now, but is he going to run ERS before he gets to the straight, to the turn? No, he's going to manage it very well. And he heads into the final corner. And his time will be 1 minute 28.9, which is really, really good for him. And the next one across the line will be Lux Rogue, I believe, who is also deploying, but he gets 1 minute 28.7. Really promising that. And the next one on the line will be the Kick, who gets 1 minute 31. Whoa. And Angel will go to take a position off Olaf and get 1 minute 29.9, which is okay for Angel, to be honest. So it's a good sign for things to come. Extraverse gets 1 minute 20.4. Ropex gets 1 minute 20.8. And they're all just flying in now. 1 minute 20, 1 minute 32 for Staffy. Harley 1 minute 31. Alfie K 1 minute 20.2. Mr. Smith with 1 minute 29. Next on the dot, to be honest. Fonzie 1 minute 30, 1 minute 33. Not far off his teammate. Cuts off in a whole new second. He could get 10th and be in point range. And let's see. So you've got Take Here Tom going up to P8 with 1 minute 30. And that would have been a Mercedes. No, maybe not. And there's a yellow sector straight off the finish line, basically. But you'll have Will coming in now. Quite a lot of air saved there, but he will get 1 minute 29.9. And I believe the next one will be Alfie. Nope, maybe not. Whoa, big crash for Go Sergeant. Don't know what happened there. And Kempy will... Wait, hold on. The next one across the line will be Alfie CM. I believe this is a problem having two Alfies because I don't know who's in the lead and who's won a lot of races. So let's just say Alfie here, come on now. He's won a lot of races. I think he might be leading the championship at the moment. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It could be Alfie K. I don't know. Alfie with 50% ERS. And he's managed ERS very well on that straight. He's going to have a lot more to deploy on the last straight. Well, going auto check line. Now he heads out to turn 17 as well. And nice and easy across the finish line. We'll take him P2 or 1 minute 28.7. And Rogue actually gets first. I didn't catch on to that. And the rest of the grid will now be on either in pits or in an outlap, basically. Let's see who's around here. You have... Who's that one? Is that Will? That is indeed Will. Will could be coming in for a pit because it looks like he's charged up a lot. So I'll just stay on him for now. Nope, he doesn't. Still P9. No improvement on his behalf. Who's that in front of Angel? And that would be Mr. Smith, who is recharging his ERS into turn 17. Looks like he's going to try and go for... Looks like he's going to actually go for a lap, actually. Nice little flick into that turn. And there's no improvement there. There was a slight improvement in Sector 2. And... Oh, Angel, I believe, has... Okay. Angel had a warning for some sort. Mrs. Smith's invalidated his lap though, straight off the rip. We have a McLaren pitting. That'll be Fonzie. Staffy back out on an outlap. Sorry if I'm switching between everyone. I'm kind of getting my bearings again. Stick on Staffy for now, because Staffy was P10. Now he's P14. I'm currently on an outlap. Want to see if Staffy can improve real quick. It doesn't look like there's any damage to his vehicle yet. Still plenty of time for that. And right behind him, there will be, I think that's a Williams. Yeah, it'll be a Williams behind them. That'll be Olaf, I believe. Wait, hold on. Is it Olaf? Or am I wrong in saying that as well? No, it's not. That will be Will. I don't know. It could be anyone, guys. Mr. Smith will receive a warning. And Staffy will deploy into turn 5. And flying into that corner. It seems to be that he keeps switching his ERS between medium and hot lap, which is probably why he's getting a shorter time. But sector 1, he gets it greened. And into turn 9, that's where it matters the most. Nearly hits a wall there. I don't know if that was on my eyes only, but the thing is, can he get a green zone in sector 2? That's the main thing. But he'll head into turn 12 and turn 13 now. And this is the moment of truth where you'll find it. It looked like he went a bit slow around that corner there, so that could hinder him a bit. But nonetheless, he gets a green sector 2. It looks like he's actually on it. Well, really good. He's going to actually improve, I think. But this is where you'll deploy down here, down the straight into, I believe it's turn 16, yes. Flicks into the corner. And he's deploying yet again into turn 18. And he slides slightly. Is this going to hinder him? And that'll take him to P12 with 1 minute 30.2. If he can get another 2 positions, he's got point range. And here you have Angel with... He's actually not deployed much ERS. Don't know if he's just started a lap. Go Sergeant with the new fastest lap and takes pole position at 1 minute 28.2. That is the new fastest lap of the race. And Fonzie's still stuck into P17, but this couldn't be necessarily bad for Fonzie because, as we see with every race, not just hyperdrive, but with every league, normally the first corner is the most chaotic. Just keeping up after that first corner is a bit of an issue. And Luxrogue now pushed on to P2, and Extraverse goes up into Luxrogue goes into P3, and Extraverse will take P2. Alfie really fighting for at least the top 3 from what I see. And we'll stick on Alfie, see if he gets a green sector 1 at least. And he does get the green sector 1. It's a purple sheet to look out for. And just flicks it straight in that corner. Stays nice and tightly into that wall. Into turn 10. And hits him too much. You need clouds to the wall there. That's going to hinder him a bit. Definitely going to hinder him. And he's starting to head into turn 13. The Ferraris give him way. Green sector 2. And Alfie, I think, will receive a warning, I believe. It's a bit hard to tell. And fix it into P16. Going into 17. And he's pitting. All off for nothing. I thought he was improving, to be brutally honest. And Mr. Smith doesn't look like he's improving. Actually, hold on. 2 purples. He is improving. Is this a big improvement? Mr. Smith will go up to P1 with 1 minute 27.9. That is the new fastest lap of the race. It's going to be hard to beat that one, but the top 3 can possibly beat it. And it looks like the rest of the track is quite literally in the pits. And Harley will come in now for a pit. Fonzie. Orange sectors. It looks like he's generally going to pit. Fonzie took a long break from the league. So he's a bit rusty, but... Oh, goodness me, he's right off the... Just hitting the heavens and everything. And Olaf doesn't seem to be improving. And just heads off track there. Seems a bit rusty. And just really struggling to find his range with a kick car. Not the most popular car in F1, but some people can make it work and some people just do not agree with the car at all. It seems to be a bit shaky. Very tight. Nicely done. But to be fair, in Sector 1 he has actually improved a little bit because in Sector 1 he's got a green. But Sector 2 he does lose time and he slides nearly into the wall. Olaf is going to have to do some serious strategy thinking now because if this happens to me in race it could be quite a big incident. And Olaf, purple, I think it was a purple. But doesn't improve nonetheless. Oh, just completely cuts it. Okay. Not too sure you've done that. Cranky still has yet to set a time. Could be part of the strategy that he doesn't do a lap. Could be the best option. It could also be not. Seth, what I'm doing with the clips is I'm recording and streaming the event. So when I get the time uploaded to Google Drive, I'm going to share the link with the Google Drive, the media team, and then you can just download it and trim it yourself. No worries. So that way, like, it'll be easier for you as well because you can pick your bits. Right, let's see. Right, this is a problem now. Like, everyone's coming out on an outlap, and I don't know who's where. Let's see who this is. Looks rogue, that is. He should start his lap, I believe. Look, Rogue actually been pushed onto P4 now. Mr. Smith did take P1, so we'll take Rogue down into P4, obviously. And just goes a little bit wide there, but he does paper sector 1, so this is looking good so far for Rogue. And he's used quite a lot of ERS, but he is flicking into all the corners. And Alfie K goes into P3. Looks Rogue now pushed down to P5. And he slides, that's gonna take a lot of time off him. That's definitely taking time off him. That was a big slide. Yep. I knew that had happened. There could be a bit of an improvement here, but I don't think it's going to get him a position. If it gets him to P4, back away was that be nice for him. He's need to play it all his ERS as well. And he's on the finish line anyways. And he gets P3. Never mind, ignore me. Wow. He does improve. Improve? 1 minute 28.420. Smoke weed every day. I know. I'd seen this slide. I thought you'd messed your lap up, and I was thinking, why haven't you stopped? It's a bit hard to tell on the software I've got. Extraverse now, all orange sectors by the looks of things. Oh, never mind. It's just changed again. Green, yellow, and purple, which will take him to P. Sorry, just lost position. But what you're seeing now is you're starting to see a lot of the grid retire so they can get into the main race. So, oh, never mind. I'm so outdated with this. Holy. Yeah, you're doing well, to be fair, Ross. I didn't even know Connor was racing, that's the thing. I was thinking, that was real Fonzie UF. And then I realised it's unfiltered. Well, if you... As always, I'll constantly remind you if I do, well, you know, the streams, please be careful for the turn 1. You've got, I don't know how many laps you've got to overtake, but just, I got impeded so bad on main straight. I think that's when you went off track. I think I might have caught that, but I can't really remember because so much happened. But make sure you've clipped it and posted a ticket. But there's your qualifying there. I'll definitely get a screenshot of that though, just for Tom. Problem is, I'm not going to be able to send it in time. Nope. Right, well, I've got one screenshot. That's one of them. I need to jump back on the stream. Right, everyone be careful for the first corner, please. Tell your teammates if they're not on the stream, please be careful for the first turn. I get a lot of people want to get P1. You've got plenty of laps to do it. Take your time, first corner. No one make any stupid moves going on the outside and taking yourself track and kamikazing into people. Just keep it on track. Take your time. You've got plenty of time to overtake. You've got 20 laps or something. I'm going to say this and the whole guy's going to crash out. Probably. And then I'll just go, oh. And the 5 lights and... Oh, never mind. It's not starting, but it's a formation lap. So what I'll do is I'll... Oh, what's that? Well, Sergeant goes first. Takes... Okay. If I remember hearing the other day, I think that'll be a... I think you're penalised for that, won't you? And I'll stick with the top here. There's your possible race strategies that they could have selected right there. No softs included, mediums and hards. And you'll have the rest of the grid here, actually right behind each other. I'll stay on board with these because it'll look nicer. Alfie K making sure those tyres up to temperature. Let's see the rest of the grid. No one's been sent back yet, so that's a good sign to come. And the rest of the grid outside of Smith and Ghost Sergeant are making sure his tyres up to temperature. I believe Ghost Sergeant might went around the track a bit too quick, but we'll see. And I actually believe this is the first Hyperdrive League race where no one has been sent back to the grid. So formation laps are improving, which is really promising to see. And the rest of the grid will follow Alfie K to the finish line. And you have Ghost Sergeant that has managed to make the line. Smith hasn't, unfortunately, so that could hinder Smith a bit. But the cars will now line up for the remain track. Staffy looks like he's got a really good start there. That looks really promising. Fonzie, decent start, but we'll get ready to count down for the main race. It's Singapore, round 10 of Hyperdrive. 5 lights will go red and then green. Lights out and away we go. Here we go. And it looks like Cranky and Tough Tom will have a drive, some sort of penalty. I couldn't see because of the race leader. But the first corner, there's already been collisions through the first corner. And there's still more going on at the back. But for the most part, it didn't look too severe. Smith leads the race. Ghost Sergeant is second. And Luxrogue will be third. The rest as follows. Next lap, DRS will be activated. And a few of them do go wide. But BC Lol and Harley already battling. And BC Lol will come out on top of that one. And Ropek closing in on Extraverse. I believe Extraverse does actually have wing damage, because I did see something come off his vehicle at the first turn. But Ropek will be looking to exploit that and get the position from extra reverse taking P6. Cranky baskets retired. Safety car. Safety car deployed. Major crash out. That is, I believe it's a full safety car as well, so yeah. Fonzie, 3 seconds by TK Tom. Like I said, Fonzie hasn't raced in a long time. He's been very busy, so. And if anything, the safety car isn't going to have that much of an impact because pretty much everyone was already together anyways. But we'll see a lot of drivers with their penalties starting to save them now, which would be the smarter option to do and not to stay out. That is up to the drivers, obviously, but I would definitely save my penalties now while you're on the safety car. And if I go to the details on the tyres, everyone's on mediums apart from Benke. Benke looking to extend those hards out to try and get a few more positions, which would be, actually, if it works, it'd be really good. But the rest of the track are on mediums. Penalties, the only place for the penalty at the moment would be Tough Tom. I'm not too sure what happened. I believe he jumped the start, which is unfortunate for him, but he has a safety car to service penalty car. I don't think it'll be in this lap. I could be wrong though. Actually, no, never mind. Benke pitted for hard, so realistically, Tough Tom could actually pit for hard, do his drive-through now, which would be the better option. Yeah, Benke did pit for hards, so he's going to catch up real quick, and it looks like he's going to try and extend that. There's your positions. Extraverse goes up 1, Roadpit goes up 1, Alfie goes up 1, BC Lol goes up 1, Hardy goes up 2, Staffy stays neutral, Kempy goes up 2, Tough Tom goes up 7, Angel goes down 1, Olaf goes up 3, Will stays where he was originally, TK Tom goes down, Fonzie goes down, and Benke goes down by 13 positions. Ah, right, I've got you, Tom. Never mind, ignore me then. And Benke will not be far behind the rest of the grid. 4 seconds behind, cutting that down massively though. So it'll be safety car on a slap with any luck. With the top 3 still remaining, with the top 3 still the same stands. Mr. Smith goes Sergeant looks rogue, nothing much changed. One crash already. It was going to happen in Singapore. And Tough Tom will go up more positions. Taking P12, 2 off point range. At this rate, he's going to be battling Staffy for P10 at this point. The MG Mercedes will be the safety car for today. And the rest of the grid's caught up, so what you'll see is now you'll start to see the safety car going, hopefully this lap. The last thing we want is AI to take over. Safety car in a slap, yep. Get ready to go racing again. Extra race will take a position, I believe. What's going on here? It's just going to be auto take, that's all. And Smith will slow down the track a lot more. Everyone needs to be careful for penalty points, just in case you make a collision. Looks into the corner at turn 19, going to 20 now. And race is resumed. And the McLaren nearly goes off track. Ropek quickly closing in on extra verse. And he's gonna go. He was gonna go for it, but he backed out last second. Good decision from Ropek. Ropek looks like he's got the fastest setup compared to extra verse. But Alfie is creeping up on Ropek. Can Alfie get P1 again in Singapore? I mean, look at that. He's just literally chasing him down like an absolute hellhound. And Ropek will slide a bit. Might give Alfie a bit of a chance to catch up. And it doesn't, unfortunately, for Alfie. Angel needs to invite it back. I'll do it. Do apologise. And BC Lol is right behind Alfie as well. Like the whole... Oh, yeah, Staffy is right behind Harley. Mr. Smith the fastest at 1:32. Staffy looking to get his position. I believe the next corner is when he's going to get him. Nice driving from him. Is this the corner? Staffy catches up to Harley, the Aston driver. And Staffy 200 milliseconds behind. Will overtake Angel due to him disconnecting. A lot of drivers are going to capitalise on that. And Staffy doesn't get him on that straight. He's starting to see a bit more of the grid split up at the top, especially from Alpha K. And Kempy is starting to overtake people now. And Benke, the hards are paying off for Benke. And Olaf. Oh, there's a bit of wing damage there. I'm not too sure what happened there. I believe that's a Haas's wing. I think it might be. And Kempy was hoping to win this race, but so far he's down at a P14. Can Teddy bring it back? And Will staying on the inside of the kick. Fairly clean for the most part. And they're going 3 wide. Oh my goodness. And now Hassel get involved, and Benke will now try and take a position. Going 3 wide into turn 17. Not ideal, but it works. And the kick driver's lost their end plate. Olaf goes right off track. And he just collides. Oh my goodness. He just collided. Wow. Okay. Very unsafe rejoin from the kick driver, Olaf. That's going to cost Alpine a lot more. And back up to the top 10, where the grid's now starting to split up a hell of a lot more. I mean, from Benke to Staffy, there's a literal 5-second gap actually. Will get P12, but there's battle now going on between Will and Kempy. And the kick driver's looking to get involved again, but he has actually lost a right wing, and he's just crashing a lot now. Kempy trying to hunt down Will. Alfie K is retired. I believe it's being a crash. Yeah, Alfie K has crashed. TK Tom has crashed. DRS is disabled and VSC is deployed. It's not a full safety car. It's a VSC. Wow. And this now will take Fonzie and Tough Tom up now. Tough Tom being lost as well, but he can come back. And Lux Rogue now will take P1, Alfie K will go to P2, and extra reverse will go to P3. Same as follows. Staffy goes at P7, big for Staffy. And this is where you're going to see people's strats turning up a lot more because, unfortunately for a few drivers, they have lost a lot of wings. Olaf will go into the pit as well. Now your position changes right there. Yeah, I know Tom had seen him. He absolutely, he's a psycho. He's a psycho. And there you stop. So Fonzie going for a pit. Olaf has already pitted due to wing damage and, well, due to an unsafe regen realistically. However, the VSC is now going to end. So drivers, get ready to resume racing again. And we'll stick on board with Lux Rogue. There's still a bit of a split in the grid, so can Benke catch up with Staffy 3 seconds behind. And actually, Traverse actually has a penalty, so I want to see what that is. Can't see it. But Rogue leading actually quite comfortably. Alfie is 2.5 seconds away, and he's a losing time on, so Lux Rogue's P1 for now. Still room for errors, but for the most part, it's looking safe for Rogue. Extraverse. Oh my goodness, Extraverse tried to go the overtake. He went completely off track there. I'm surprised he didn't have to get that position back, but due to Ropex, I think he might have wing damage, but Alfie and Ropek will definitely capitalise on that. Harley now going up to P5 and Benke got P6. Staffy has lost positions due to pitting. I'm stick on board Rogue for now because a lot of the grid are barely split up now. And Rogue looks like he's trying to secure P1 by creating an even bigger gap because you can see by his battery is very low on it. And Ropek and Alfie are going at it now. Ropek is off track. Ropek keeps P2. And Alfie looking to get it, but they just start drifting into the corner like it's Tokyo Drift. I didn't know I was commentating on the new Fast and Furious movie. And this where Alpha K is going to get erased, and Harley and BC all are now battling, so the grid's coming together again. Harley will get a position, but BC Law will now take it back, saying, "You're not allowed to have that, mate. That's mine. Get your hands off it." And BC Law now starting to create a bit of a gap. There's 22 ERS for Harley and 44 for BC Law, so ideally BC Law will want to use more now on the straight. And the two McLarens that were once on top of the race, well, not the two, the one basically, are now dead last. Anything can happen in Singapore. Ghost Sergeant is back down to P8, and we haven't seen Ghost Sergeant really in P8 a lot, so I'd be curious to see what his strategy is to come back now. And Staffy will now take a lot. I think he took over 2 people there. Tough Tom will now get a P11. One more off extra base. He gets points. Can be now lost the position. But Olaf, the driver that joined unsafely before, he is literally just cutting. That was a big cut from him. And Staffy trying to hold it down. Hello, Doris. And he's going to deploy his ERS here. His ERS is tweaking out, wow. And Olaf just all over the track. Even with normal wings, he can't seem to keep it on track. He's really pushing for that. I'm going to go off him for now. But Benke, Smith actually is on the tail of Benke. So I'll be curious to see what maneuver he does here. He won't get the overtake here, but on the next street, he's definitely got him. And there's a bit of a brake check from Benke there. And now you're going to have Ghost Sergeant starting to creep up on these two. This could go up for Ghost Sergeant, because if these two mess up, Ghost Sergeant can capitalize on it very well. And Ghost Sergeant right behind them. He's not going to go for the overtake though, not just yet. This time he might though. But actually, Smith's actually taking it off from. And they were going too wide up front. Harley now to P3. BC all now battling. What is going on? And there's a bit of a connection from there from Benke. And another connection from Benke. Harley wants P3. Now I'm down back to P7, I think, due to an error on his behalf. And just look at this battle, man. Like, this battle's insane. BCLR now pole position. Ghost Sergeant is slowly creeping up behind him again. Is Ghost Sergeant going to overtake? And it looks like he's going to. Oh, backed out last second. Good decision from him. But there's a big connection there from Ghost Sergeant, who was accelerating at that moment in time. And oh my goodness! BC Lol and Smith, the two Williams drivers, are now battling. Unfortunately, BC Lol has to pit now. But Benke and Smith just going at it. Smith will win that battle. And Benke has cut down a lot of time actually there. But you'll have Will here creeping up on Olaf. And it looks like he's going to go for the intake. And he hits him off track again. But now you've got Kempy coming back, capitalising on the error that Will made. There's a big corner cut there. Kempy with no ERS, so but he's still going to go for his. Honestly, it's amazing. And there's another cut there. The next straight is when Kempy's got him. The kick driver swerving nearly into him there. Connection there from the kick driver again. Now is Kempy going to get this? Kempy giving him a nudge saying, back off, this is my position. But unfortunately, Kempy doesn't get it. And he loses another position at Will. But Will just collides with the back left wheel of the kick driver. Oh, Dawson's, oh no. And Kempy's going to get a position back. But Martusha's going to go down with FIA. And now you've got another driver in the fold. You've literally got Olaf, Kempy, Will, and BCLR now. And also Angel battling for these positions. And Kempy holding on to Olaf, not letting him go, trying to get P10 to get points. And the kick driver is going to spin a little bit there. And they're going too wide into 16. And kick driver still swerving all over. Teddy secures P10, but there's a connection again with the kick driver, hitting his left back wheel. Kempy secures his position. Staffy goes into P8. Reverse now pit from whatever it was. Kempy goes into P9. BCLR goes into 10. These are in point range now. And there's a connection, and there's a bit of a... Oh, safety car deployed. Again, Angel is out. But I'll give him credit. He lasted 12 laps. A big improvement compared to the last two races. And now Fonzie and Tough Tom will go... Well, Fonzie will go on to P15 and Tough Tom will go on to P14. And this is a full course safety car, so now I'm going to go to the toilet because I need a wee. Yeah, I've got one. I've got one screenshot, Tom. I couldn't get the other one in time. BC lost out the session as well. Holy, I wonder what happened there. Doing it Alpine on track as well, so I'm not too sure what happened there. But if you've got a clip, send it in. You're doing well, though, Angel. I'll give you credit. No, I'll take the mick out of you, but you actually lasted 14 laps, so can't complain really. Suffield got a B7 due to Harley's pit. Kempy goes into P8. It's going to be a battle between Staffy and Kempy. And two Ferraris on pole as well, by the way. Go Sargent and Ropek are on pole. This is big for Ferrari. I know, I see it, I see it. You'll be alright, man. You're doing well this race, to be fair, Seth. No worries. Cheers for the follow, Alfie. Everyone else that's followed, I do appreciate it, obviously. I just can't have a on because of the video I'm recording and also thinking. I'm recording, I'm also live streaming, so. Not long before the safety car in the lap, so get as caught up as you can. I'm going to head to the back and see what's happening here, because something will happen here. Oh shit, that sucks off you. Sorry, mate. Oh, we're slow porks, bloody hell. Bloody hell, can't I keep it on flipping track, man? I mean, I can drive better than that. Little gooner. Be safety car in a slap now, 100%. Has to be. I could have made a coffee in this time as well. I really want another cup of coffee. Out with the 19 drivers, there's 14 left, so we've lost 5 drivers. Go Sergeant now leading the race with Rogue and Ropek in pole position, and yes, safety cars in this lap. Keep your distance, everyone. Do not get too insane in the membrane. And he goes below 50 miles per hour. That was 48 laps recorded. 48 again. 47 lowest. 47 again. 47. 44 at one point. Yeah, lowest recorded was 44 miles per hour on the safety car, but the base will go underway. Rogue slightly going wide. Same with Ropek. And Olaf will get a position off Fonzie. And for the most part, the grid actually seems to be fairly clean. I think Fonzie with a penalty. 3 seconds for corner cutting. And you'll have Staffy right behind Kempy, deploying his ERS. And that turning looked really stiff. He's got wing damage. I think Staffy's got wing damage. Oh my god, what's going on here? Whoa, what the hell just happened there? Hold on. I've got no idea who caused that one, but that was like a three cars going in that turn. Tough times at the race. Crashed out, I think. We've now lost 3, 6, 7 drivers now. Yeah, we just got run by a Red Bull. Now my wing's gone. Right, which Red Bull, Cash App or normal Red Bull Harley? Because if I think of what I saw, it might be right. I think what I saw might be right. Race is resumed anyway, so I've got to get back with it. Pick, yeah. Have to review that. Mr. Smith right behind Alfie. Alfie trying to maintain 4. Will get a 10-second time penalty. And Staffy now will get a penalty as well. And Staffy is P9. Which is actually decent for Staffy in tier 1. Mr. Smith deploying as much as he can down here. But he'll recharge for the last for the corner into 7. Normal, okay. And the back of the grid is starting to split a lot more. And the top 6 seem to be similar pace now, apart from Rogue, who is a second behind Sargent. And the yellow fuel lighters came on for Smith. And Benke looks like he's cutting down a lot of time on Smith as well. But unfortunately, he's just getting time. And Kempy in max reverse. Kempy lost the position to reverse, but Kempy can bring it back. She'll be a bit quicker and save more ERS. These are the corners to save ERS on now. And Smith will take the position 4 from Alfie K. And Benke right behind Alfie now. The light straight into the corner. Has DRS on Alfie. Harley will take P9 from Staffy. And unfortunately, doesn't get any more time. But Staffy is now in pits. Okay. Will now got a P9. Can be in a P8. And Benke, he was catching again. Every time I see the spectator, he loses time. Decides to take a wider turn, and it's going to really work out for Benke here. Bank, you won't get him on this one, but the next one, if he does his turn perfect, he looks like he's going to have him. And Alfie collides with the wall slightly. Won't have him here again. But now Rawpeck will take P3, P2 from Rogue. The two Ferraris, P1 and 2, can they maintain this for the rest of the race? And Rogue depleting his ERS completely. Looks like it's going to go for your tape, but he backs out at the last second. And actually, Rawpeck seems to be slowing down, so I believe Rawpeck's going to try and create a bigger gap for Ghost Sergeant going to be. A slight slide in the corner for Rogue. And Rogue. Oh my goodness, and Mr. Smith just comes out of nowhere like Randy Orton and gets P2. Now the Ferraris are split. Mr. Smith out of nowhere. Alfie K and Benke were battling. Benke going wheel to wheel, and he just takes P5 from Alfie like nothing. He's like, give us your lunch money, it's mine now. Safety car. Bounce at the race. Good try, Connor. Connor, to be fair, you done well. You done really well. Put it this way. The next person that crashes out, you guarantee points. just race normally and somehow crash out at this point. Oh goodness me, man. Singapore never fails to crash people out, of course. Oh goodness me, man. Safety car FC. I think the kick sober of Olaf was at fault. Yeah. Because it was very quick because the camera angle changed on my end. So obviously I changed it back to what it is now here. But it flickered so I couldn't actually see. But with the way that Olaf was driving today, I actually wouldn't be shocked. It will. Will's out now. What's going on? Why? Well done to the top 10 people that managed to survive. You've got points, but I don't know why Will would retire from P9, I think it was. That's just stupid. Unless he's crashed out, but I really don't know. I couldn't see anything. Well, I mean, just race for points now, lads. I mean, like, you've got them. Safety car in the slap. And go Sergeant, keeping it above 50 now. I'll stay on board with him. Guess he goes below 50 again. And below 50 there. Below 50. 45. 30. And here we go again, where we start the race for the 150th time now. Yeah. Congrats on the points, top 10. And Benke will now start a battle roll pick for P3, actually. It's good go well for Benke, actually. And Kempy will get P7 from Alfie, but Alfie will regain it back. Kempy back up to P7. Kempy's actually secured that now. Kempy now hunting down Ruxlog. Ruxlog? I said your name in vain, I'm very sorry. Luxrog. And Alfie just stalking Kempy like Kempy is absolute prey here. And Alfie really keeping that 210s gap on him, but he does lose it there. And Staffy just trailing behind now. And Luxrog's going to get a position from Extraverse. And Kempy right behind Extraverse. And there's a bit of a connection there, but that was no one's fault. A bit of a tight turn. And Kempy still keeping it safe here, waiting for that moment. He hit that corner perfectly, by the way, out of turn 14. And Extraverse is going to collide with the wall. Kempy is now going to capitalize on this, and he's gonna stick to it. He's gonna. Whoa! I'm not too sure what happened there, but that'll be on the video. And Staffy's going to capitalize on that now and get out of P10 and go up to P8. Hopefully that's going to give Staffy a bit of a confidence boost to go a bit quicker. But you've got Luxrogue now right behind Benke. And he's going to activate his ERS and DRS down here, but he doesn't look like he's going to actually get him. He's not going to have him. And you've got Ropek here, obviously doing the strat, trying to keep the gap between his teammate. And Benke just hits that wall slightly. And now they're going too wide into turn 9. But Luxrogue will take P4. And Benke slowly trailing behind. But Rogue is a man on a mission, trying to hunt down the first Ferrari that has pole. And Extraverse is kind of catching up, but not at the same time. And Rogue was 210s away from him, but now 510s. He's cutting down that time like it's nothing. He's cutting like it's butter with a boiling knife. And he's not going to have him here. And the grid is starting to become split again. And Go Sergeant now cutting the time down on Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith is interval. He's leading the race. With only, I believe, 6 more laps left of the race to go. And Kempy is done at last, and he's going for a pit due to wing damage. And that will be reviewed by FIA later on today. But for now, Ropek and Rogue will now be battling. Rogue looks like he's coming out on top of that now. Now he's done the second Ferrari, which will be Go Sergeant to claim P2 from Sergeant. And Ropek's still not far behind him. And Ropek looking trying to get a position back, but he is losing quite a substantial amount of time on Rogue. And this will be very close if Rogue can get P2. Alfie slowly trailing behind Benke. And the rest of the grid are very split now. That is Kempy's race pretty much done. Can't see him cutting down 32 seconds on anyone, but he's still in point range, so you'll take that. And Alfie right behind Banky. If Alfie can overtake Banky on this straight, he's going to definitely get Ropek, and that'll be the battle for third. And now if he doesn't do it, not enough power in the vehicle to do that. And Rogue has cut down from a second, and he split that time in half like he's splitting wood with an axe. Unfortunately, he's got an ERS, but he's still going to try. He was going to go for it, but if he had ERS, he would have had that. And Sargent sliding out the corner. Rogue looking to capitalise on that. And Rogue capitalised on that very well. And he's got a DRS as well, due to his previous position. So he's going to activate DRS and ERS on the straight. And Ghost is starting to lose a little bit of time here and there. And now it's a battle for P1 between Rogue and Smith. But Smith is 2 seconds ahead of Rogue. Alfie K is still trailing behind Benke. He's only got 4 more laps to do it, so he's going to have to make the most of these laps now. He's going to have to cut down the time. He's 2 tenths down. You just can't seem to find the pace in that section. He lost a lot of time there. Cornering seems to be where he's best at. And Rogue has cut down a substantial amount of time on Smith. It looks like Rogue could actually get P1 here. And Alfie K, with a lot of ERS, still doesn't supply at all, which is a bit concerning because he possibly could have had him there. There's a bit of a corner cut there from Alfie, but no warning. And Staffy and Harley quite far apart, but Staffy looks like he's going to secure P8, which is really good for Staffy. There's a yellow caution in turn 19, I believe that is. And Alfie K still not finding the pace. And there's a slide from Benke. I think Alfie might have broke a bit too hard there. He would have had that if he just glided over the corner. But Ropek is right behind Sargent, and it looks like it's going to be a battle. There's a lock-up from Ghost. Nice overtake. There wasn't much of a connection, but Ghost actually manages to maintain P3. And Ropek now looking to battle his own teammate, and Benke and Ropek going at it, but Alfie might capitalise. And there's a crash out. Benke, I'm not too sure what that was. I think, I don't know. I think it might be on both behalf there. But that is Ropek pretty much done now. Alfie K has looked to capitalise on that now. He's chasing down Ghost Sargent. Anything can happen in this race. Alfie K looking to get P3. And Alfie just hammering that ERS, but he's not going to activate it all. He's going to try and harvest this for the next lap. He's maintaining the gap. And this will be where he activates his ERS and DRS now. And yes, I'm right on that one. But unfortunately, for some reason, I follow through with it. But he must have a plan. I mean, Alfie's cornering skills are really good. I mean, that's where he gets the most time from. But Staffy will now get P6 because of Benke pitting, and Ropek will now go to P7. And Staffy just seems to be climbing the leaderboard very steadily. And I believe Alfie was fairly close actually catching Ghost, but just as he hit the corner, he must have to back out. Benke with 2 warnings. Third one, he'll be on the penalty. And you can see now that Alfie is slightly applying the pressure, hoping that Ghost will slide a bit so he can capitalise on it. That's what Alfie's done all race. He's capitalised on the slides, the same as everyone else. And Alfie going really tight. Now this is where Alfie's going to activate his ERS and DRS. And can he get the position? Staying on the outside. They're going too deep. Into turn 14. Very clean. Ghost Sargent slides slightly. Due to, I think that might be no traction, but now Alfie will now take P3. Now Alfie's on pole. 3 more laps left in the race. Can Alfie get P2? Or even better for Ghost Sergeant, could he get back P3? And this is where you're going to see Alfie slightly applying a bit more ERS to try and keep a gap between Sergeant so he can maintain his position. And the rest of the grid are just fairly far back. I mean, there's nothing much to commentate on at the back, but Kempy's had a great race. He's had a few collisions here and there. Nothing really his fault. Benke, I'm not too sure. He's had a decent race, to be honest. Extraverse, really good race as well. Rawpeck has really impressed us. From the last time I'd seen him, he's really improved. Staffy, I mean, tier 2 driver, by the way, in P6. Yes, half the grid has crashed out, but he's had a really clean race, and he's even before the crash out, he was in P6 as well, so really promising race from Staffy. He is 10 seconds behind Harley, but P6, he'll be very tough for that. And Ghost Sergeant is now starting to lose a lot of time. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time. He's out of DRS, so now. And now you'll see Alfie pull away. And this is where the grid becomes fairly split. But since I've got time to talk, this account that I'm on, the Raytrix TikTok account, this is my personal account. I don't have access to Hyperdrive account. But make sure you follow Hyperdrive. Just type in HDRL with capital letters in the TikTok search bar. Drop them a follow. I do have the watermark in the bottom left if you are confused as to what letters I'm saying due to my accent. But make sure you drop Hyperdrive a follow. And actually, you're going to see Extraverse actually catching time really fast on Rawpeck. I'm not too sure what happened here, but Rawpeck is coming back with a vengeance now, trying to gain P7. And barely any era, so very tightly into a corner. Benke with a fastest lap, that'll get my point. So at least he's not coming back with barely anything. Reverse needs to start harvesting. But he'll be in ERS zone as well. ERS. He practically used all his ERS now. Bit wide there. And Rawpeck just sends it into him, which kind of messes him up as well. There might be wing damage on Reverse's car. Yeah, I believe the end plate's gone. Yep, end plate's gone. Both end plates are gone, actually. But the battle now for P7 is between Reverse and Rawpeck. And Rawpeck, not Rawpeck. Reverse is now going to have DRS as well as ERS. Into turn 14. Bit of a look up there on the right back tyre. Rogue with a warning. Rogue needs to be careful. But this is the final lap of the race. Harley now cutting down time to Ghost Sergeant. Wow. Okay. Who's seen this coming? Harley, tier 2 driver, I believe. No, not Harley, tier 2 driver. He's a tier 1 driver. But nonetheless, quite a tough track, and he's cutting down to Ghost Sergeant. That's quite impressive. And final lap of the race, everyone. It looks like these positions are set in stone unless if Reverse and Harley can manage to take a position from the people that are chasing down. He might actually do it, you know. He might actually do it. Nah, he's not gonna. Not now. It's too late. But you'll have Smith will be the one to cross the line first, heading into, I believe this is turn 18 or 17, 16 even. Heading to turn 16, turn 17. He secured P1. What a stellar race from Smith. Rising from the ashes he was. And Smith wins the race. The next you'll have Rogue. Next across the line will be Alfie K. Alpha K when I get P3. Go Sergeant will be the next one. And Benke and Reverse are battling slightly. And Go Sergeant will be the next. Holly will be the next. And Staffy with P6. Very tough for him. He'll be very tough for himself indeed. And Staffy will be the next one across the line. There we go. Ropek, next one on the line, had a really good race, but had a few errors here and there that cost him a few positions. And Benke will be next. And Kempy, the very unfortunate one. Unfortunate reverse, did DNF, so I don't know if Kempy will get P9, but Kempy has been screwed up this race. He would have had at least P5, if anything, maybe even P3. And Kempy done really well. Pats on the back to him. Did have to pay, I think he had to pit lap 28 or 27 due to wing damage from reverse. But Kempy will now get P9, so you can't really complain with that. And Kempy with the final one across the line, and he slides all over, but he gets across the line, and that is your race for Tier 1 today at Singapore, round 10. And then you get screenshots. P6, nice one, Ross. And there are your podium people right there. You'll have Smith, you'll have, I believe it was Rogue, and I can't remember the other one. Brain, that XE is not working. And an unusual turn of events, the Williams driver has actually won the race. This could potentially change the championship up, depending on points.